Welcome to another week of a friendly nudge. So this week we're going to make a watermelon, cucumber, and feta salad because for me, watermelon and salads are it's something that I eat a lot more of in the summer. Same thing with cucumbers. And with this one I've added, what I like is the combination of the basil and the mint. So we're using just a handful of basil, mint, cucumbers, feta cheese, a half a watermelon, some pistachios, and then the dressing is this olive oil, honey, and lime juice. So the thing comes together really easy. And, I think that I think this one will become a favorite. But, make it and let me know how you like it. So, I started off trying to cut this with a chef's knife and realized that a boning knife is probably a little better blade for this because it'll bend kind of as you go and allow you to get around the edge of the watermelon, and then just cut the any of the white parts off. So just you're going to get it down to where the only thing is left is a red watermelon, and then you can cube this kind of however you want. For me, it's just I just cut it kind of cross hatch it, and then I'll take a big chunk of pieces and cube those. So like I said, however you manage to get the watermelon in the bowl, I'll leave that one to you. And then with the cucumbers, basically I'm just going to quarter them, and then I'll cube them up. So yeah, the main thing with this is just get all of the pieces into the bowl. And, what we're going to do with the mint is just take it off the stem. Actually, that's the basil. We're just going to take it off the stem. Same with the mint. And then chop it up real fine and, put that in a bowl. So, this thing does not require a whole lot of knife skills. To just keep your fingertips out of the way and, get it all in the bowl. And then I'm just going to get it all mixed up. And then we're going to add the feta to it. And, that's most of one of those little chunks of feta. I think the recipe call for a half a cup. I don't worry about measuring it. It's like the container I get has 4 of those, so I just pull most of one of them out. And then the lime juice for this, what you're trying to get is 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of honey. And it's another one of those things to where it's I measure the lime juice and then I'm just going to eyeball the rest of it. I'm using a jigger that had tablespoons marked on it. And now I want to get kind of roughly the same amount of honey in there. So, and we're also going to kind of taste test it at the end. I added the olive oil, about the same amount of olive oil, and then just a fat pinch of salt. And then, go ahead and get it blended together the best that you can. And then what I always suggest with something like this is, I want to taste it to see, all right, is the balance right? It's it's not bad, but it needed just a little bit more honey. It was just a little too astringent. So yeah, add just a little bit of honey in there. And I think this next go round, it met with approval. So yep, that was what I was looking for. And now I'm just going to add the dressing on. And I don't add the pistachios on. What I do is I add those for on each serving because it keeps the pistachios from getting soggy. So, because what they're going to do is they're going to provide a little bit of crunch. Yeah, make sure I get some of the juice. But yeah, this thing we ate on this for about 3 days, and then add the pistachios, and this is absolutely delicious. Have a wonderful week and play with your food.